So skin cell rejuvenation is a favorite subject of mine because the skin cells are really a reflective of the health of our body. And we live in a world of stunning biological intricacy. Molecules of all varieties join in a metabolic dance to form cells. And these cells interact with more cells, and those cells form organisms. The whole thing is really mind-blowing. And then that forms our organs and our skin, and the health of our body is reflected in our skin and our skin cells. So what we're going to go into today is, I'm sure, whether you're male or female, a topic that is on our minds, and why does cell turnover have to slow down as we, go through the numbers, as we revolve around the sun, and what causes the decline in collagen and in elasticity, what causes the skin cells to repair and replace themselves less often, and do they have to, what causes wrinkles and sun damage. So that's what we're going to look at, and we're going to look at also the solutions for that, because hopefully we have some solutions for that. And to go into that, we have a picture of a cell. So also we want to look at why is it important for the skin cells to be happy? Can we just ignore it? Why is it important, besides the fact that we live in a culture where being youthful and so super uber good looking is so vital, it seems, to our culture. So we're going to look at all of these things, and that is a cell, and I could go into it, but you'd probably totally be bored if I explain that. And I feel that cells really contain a vitality and a life force that is reflected in the patterns of nature. The cells, they contain self-organizing principles. There's a vitality and an elegance. We've got like the pattern of a passion flower. That's a Leonardo da Vinci drawing where he was studying the patterns of natures in cells. That is a cell, that green one in the corner. That's the flower of life. And then that black and white image is a picture of a Hansa water molecule. And a really interesting experiment was conducted, and that experiment decided, they claimed that the cell was immortal. The cell was immortal. I mean, that's pretty mind-blowing. If the cell is kept in the right environment. So what is the right environment? Dr. Alexis Carrel, he won a Nobel Prize for his work on this work with the cell. He was able to keep the cell alive. It was a chicken heart cell, and he kept that cell alive for 29 years, which is a long time for a chicken heart. I don't know, how long do chickens live? Somebody knows, probably Frank and Camille. So he's able to keep it alive as long as he did two things, as long as he provided nutrients and cleared away the waste. And if he didn't clear away the waste, he noticed that the cells declined and they lost their vitality. So after 29 years, the heart did die, but only because a coworker forgot to clear away the waste. Of course, it was the coworker, it wasn't the doctor himself. So what is the right environment for cells to regenerate? Cells need water, they need nutrients, and they need oxygen. So the cells, this is a video, this is really fun. Okay, this is a starry night, and I put it up there because I really feel that the cells are reflected. When I look up at the stars at night, I feel like the stars are reflecting that inner cosmos of all those trillions of cells that are dancing in our body. And water, that's actually our lake. And when the sun is sparkling on, it's like my favorite thing, when the sun is sparkling on the lake. And to me, that just captures the cellular vitality. Because again, we could go really through all this cellular stuff, but I just feel like capturing that feeling of the trillions of cells in our body. So those are the cells. And the right environment, as I was saying, they need oxygen, water, and nutrients. Cells breathe. Cells need oxygen. And the cell's breathing is actually connected to the large-scale breathing cycles of the universe. They need oxygen, and it's the carbon dioxide, it's the exhalation of the plants and the trees that feed the cells. More scientifically speaking, cellular respiration is the metabolic process of the biochemicals that convert nutrients into energy for the mitochondria, and then the exhalation of the cell is the release of those products. Water totally informs the cells because there's so many minerals in the cells, and the cells are fluid. And then for nutrients, the cells need amino acids, lipids, and those micronutrients, the right fats and lipids to keep them humming. And luckily, all this stuff of oxygen and nutrients and water isn't something we have to think about. It's not something that we have to wake up and then practice the art of making the cells multiply and divide properly. And thank goodness, because I'm sure we all have a lot to do. So there's an innateness that's going on, and that's like that universal intelligence. We live in a world that is like just the order and the bounty is just so stunning, that everything's happening, that trees grow, our cells are working. Like that, to me, is just like so filled with grace. Our human bodies, every second, are replacing 1 million cells. That's just, every second, a new batch of 1 million cells. It's just, to me, mind-blowing. And that is the design of life, the almost incomprehensible design of life. If you were feeling a little overwhelmed about cleaning your house, and a van came up, and the van was marked Divine Order Cleaning Service, you'd be pretty happy. You'd be like, great, come on in. Let's go. The cellular universe in our body the cellular universe, it takes care of, it coordinates the activities of over 100,000 genes and the enzymes and the proteins that the body and the cells produce. That's amazing, over 100,000 genes. So that, again, it's not something we're thinking about. So if divine order came and was cleaning your house and your home was functioning on spontaneous order and functioning with the self-organizing principles of the universe, you would be pretty relaxed about your house care, your housework. On the other hand, if a van showed up and it was marked Kali's cleaning service, Kali is the goddess of destruction. You might be like locking your door and not letting that destruction in. But currently in our world, there is destruction, and there's destruction on a level of destruction in the atmosphere, in the ethers, in the food, and the water. And that destruction is causing cellular discord. This is a picture of, or a video of stuff in the ocean, all that plastic and stuff. So, again, if we're thinking that the microcosm is the macrocosm, and we are the world and the world is us, there is an element of that that we're dealing with in our bodies. And one of the largest causes of slower cell turnover, wrinkles, tissue disintegration of elastin and collagen, one of the biggest causes of that is inflammation. And inflammation, one of the biggest sources that we're dealing with, is coming from petroleum. And for some reason, we're slathering petroleum and petrochemicals on our body daily in the name of personal hygiene. And it's the petroleum, there's chlorine and fluoride and pesticides and herbicides and fungicides and all that kind of stuff. But many of these chemicals also have petroleum derivatives in their makeup. So it's the petroleum that's causing so much of the inflammation. And it's causing hormone disruption, it's causing free radicals, and it actually causes the cells to stiffen. And then the cells lose their fluidity, that precious fluidity, and they kind of shield themselves. Petroleum and all of its derivatives, they act like saran wrap on the skin. I have a new slide. This is petroleum on the sand. sort of like, I like that image because it was like petroleum on your skin. And so this petroleum is acting like saran wrap on the skin. And that doesn't allow for the cellular respiration, for the inhalation and the oxygen, the inhalation and the exhalation to happen. Petroleum chemicals, they also bind to the fat-soluble vitamins that you're eating and ingesting, all that good stuff, and they bind to the fat-soluble vitamins and transport them out of the body unabsorbed. So that's pretty crucial as well. There's a lot that's going on when we're using petroleum. Also, I just wanted to say that there's a beautiful serum going around, so you can just put that on your skin. And it's actually a special combination that I made for the conference. And as I progress through my talk, you'll find out, like, all of the ingredients are in there are about things that I'm going to be talking about. I thought, when I was doing my talk, I thought, oh, I should just make a serum for that. So that's what's going around. And then you can put it on your face, hands, it's really emollient, and you could even eat it. And then after that round of beautifulness, we have some frankincense that will be going around, and that's just the pure essential oil. I just wanted that. I feel like it really works with our cells, and you can just inhale that. So that's what's going on there. So back to the devastation of petroleum on our bodies. So it transports the fat-soluble vitamins out of the body, and it causes free radicals, it causes hormone disruptions, and it's in everything. I mean, it's mineral oils, it's methylparabens, it's, you know, the ingredient fragrance? That's everywhere. I mean, obviously it's in perfumes and colognes, but it's in fabric softener, it's in $1,000 eye cream, it's in $5 shampoo. It's everywhere, it's fragrance. And that ingredient alone has 95% petroleum derivatives in it. That one single ingredient. So that's pretty devastating. And then another really popular thing to do is to